In the previous video, we learned about understanding database constraints. We learned about what the primary key is, a foreign key, check constraint, unique constraint, and so on and so forth, and how we use them and how we control information that goes inside of a database. In this video, what we're going to be learning about is the entity relationship diagram. And what this is basically just a visualization of the entire database. So instead of just understanding the database in our head, we're actually going to be able to see it inside of a diagram. What this does for us is it helps us improve our concepts. It helps us visualize our concepts so that we can improve our efficiency and clear out any clutter. It's easier to see instead of having to list everything every single time and actually having to go through it. We can also see how each table is interconnected instead of having to just understand through our minds. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be working in MySQL Workbench to create an entity relationship diagram. And so I'm just going to create a new connection. And what I've done is I've just created all of the tables that we created in our previous examples. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have the server Creative Online School. Then we have the tables, and we have each of our three tables, the cats, owners, and pets. And you can see all the columns that we have had before are still there, the ID, name, gender, phone. And you can also see for pets, we have everything. And so what we're going to do in order to create this entity relationship diagram is just go up to the database, and we're going to reverse engineer. And it's just going to ask us which host and server that we want to do it on. So we're going to do it on our local host on port 3306. Click Next. It's saying that it has everything set up to go. Then we are going to select the database to create our entity relationship diagram on. Click Next. And then we want to import MySQL table objects. And we just execute. It says it's successful. And we finish. So once we are finished, we have this diagram of how the entire database is interconnected. So as you can see, we have our table owners over to the left, we have our table cats up top, and we have our table pets on the bottom. And what you can do is hover over these links, and what it shows you is how these two tables are linked. It highlights the ID, and then it goes into the owner ID. And what you can see is right here, it has a single bar coming out of owners and multiple bar going into cats. What this means is it is a one-to-many relationship, the one coming from owners and the many coming from cats. If it were a one-to-one relationship, it would have a single bar coming out of owners and a single bar going into cats. If it were a many-to-many relationship, then it would have multiple bars going into multiple bars. As you can see with pets, it does the same thing. It's hard to see right here, but it has the multiple pronged going into pets. And we can highlight it and see which ID goes to where. We can also expand the indexes to see what our primary key is, and then our owner ID is the foreign key. I hope that this video has been helpful for you in learning how to create an entity relationship diagram in MySQL Workbench. In the next video, what we're going to be learning about is database normalization. Again, my name is David Baker, and this video is brought to you by CreativeOnlineSchool.com.